What's good, YouTube? My name is Corey and I am so excited to be bringing you the official first video for Nerdy Sense Productions. This is officially kicking off the channel. This is my first movie review and it is for the Fantastic Four. I just want to share a couple of thoughts. Marvel. We know that they are all split up between different studios right now. 3 different studios own most of the content. Disney's Marvel, they own the lion's share. Then we have Sony that owns Spider-Man and all Spider-Man related content. Then we have 21st Century Fox that owns X-Men and Fantastic Four and Deadpool. And they might own a couple of other products. I really don't know right now. I'm gonna talk about Fantastic Four. Now, Fantastic Four, for those of you that don't know, and you probably don't, because this is only my second video. The first 3 comic books I ever read were Spider-Man, X-Men, and Fantastic Four. And all in that order, #1 issues. Spider-Man #1, X-Men #1, Fantastic Four #1. And with that being said, all 3 of those comic books are truly my favorite Marvel characters. Captain America, he is my absolute favorite, even though he's probably about the 10th comic book that I read. But after that, they follow pretty closely in order in my top 5. And then we have a DC character in there, The Flash, who rounds out my top 5. That being said, though, all of those comic books had a huge impact on me when I was a child. And 21st Century Fox just took a huge crap on my childhood, threw it in the toilet, flushed it, and said, "Thank you for your purchase." I just traded in $7.75 for my childhood. And I can honestly say that 21st Century Fox has disappointed me. They have ruined Fantastic Four for me. They've done an amazing job with X-Men. And once I saw First Class and Days of Future Past, I was like, okay, yeah, they're going to do something great with Fantastic Four. It was better than the first 2, but that ain't saying much because the first 2 were complete crap also. I'm going to say this. This movie, from the moment it came into production, there were problems. Pre-production, production, and post-production. There was a slew of rumors that Fox wouldn't stop intervening. They were pulling pieces off the set to lower the budget. There were problems between the cast and the director. The director walked off from the movie early. They had to hire outside help to come in and help salvage the movie. It was just a complete mess up until yesterday. And then after that, Fox withheld anyone who has anything to do with reviewing movies. They held them off from seeing the movie. No one really got to see this movie until yesterday. I watch Collider Movie Talk. It's my absolute favorite YouTube channel. If you don't know Collider Movie Talk and you're into movies, go check them out. John Campea, John Schnepp, Christian Harloff, just a great collection of people coming together who really know a lot about movies. None of them had seen it until yesterday. So that was a huge red flag. But let's get into this review and I'll support why I think this movie was crap. #1, there was just no character development at all. I mean, Jesus Christ. This movie was 1 hour and 45 minutes and 1 hour and 15 was spent trying to develop the characters and they still didn't do a good job. Dr. Doom was done a complete disservice in this movie. Complete. Dr. Doom had probably only about a half an hour of camera time and he looked absolutely stupid. He had no substance. There was no reasoning behind what he was doing in the movie. It was just a complete disaster for Dr. Doom as a character. You didn't feel anything towards him because you didn't have a chance to. The team that they had assembled as the Fantastic Four was not convincing. Their acting was rudimentary at best. They walked around like corpses throughout the whole movie, honestly. There was no vibe, no energy, no chemistry between them. I mean, it looks like they were in a Walking Dead film and they were walkers. It was honestly that horrible. They're all talented actors and actresses. They each are going to go on to do great things in the world of film, but it won't be from this movie. Thank goodness Michael B. Jordan is doing Creed, because this movie was not going to be his launching pad. I'll tell you that right now. There was no character development, no chemistry. Number two, there wasn't much action. From a superhero movie, you expect action. That's the staple of a superhero movie. That's why they're so enjoyable. You want to see superheroes use their abilities, their powers, their equipment. That's what draws us in. You want to say, hey, how's the studio going to be creative and do this? There wasn't any. Iron Man got away with that crap because it was a great story, and the parts that they did show where there was action was phenomenal. This movie didn't give us that. We got maybe 1 or 2 action scenes, and they were yawn. They were a complete yawn, cringeworthy at that. It just not much pop and flair. The third reason, it just looked like Fox scrambled to put something together. It looked like the director really did walk off from the film, and Fox was like, okay, what shots do we have? All right, let's just throw them together, make something, and put it out. You know, we got to make money back somehow. They could have not put out this movie, and they would have been saving money, because now all the money that they're spending on advertising and all of that, they're not going to make that back. This movie is going to put them in the hole. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to put them in the hole. They should have just stopped while they were ahead, but that would have been the ultimate blow. They probably would have had to go to Disney and say, hey, you know, can you help us out with Fantastic Four? Because we ain't doing too hot. So I understand why they put it out, but honestly, they could have just saved themselves the trouble, because this movie's going to have a huge drop off in the second week. And I mean the second week being Monday, not the week after next. How horrible this movie was is going to spread like wildfire, and people aren't going to go see it. I can tell you that right now. Another reason why this movie was horrible, it really just looked like someone took a Fantastic Four comic book, ripped pages out, scrambled them all, and glued them back together in a binding, and that's what passed off for a movie. The writing was all over the place. The delivery on content was not great. The special effects were just, You see some movies where CGI has come a long way, and you really notice a lot in this movie that just makes you go, why did Fox lower the budget for this film? Or how the hell did that make it past editing? It's noticeable. And I am highly disappointed in Fox in the way that this movie was put together. How the hell did this make it past the approval process is what I'm asking. This movie is just, from top to bottom, it's horrible. I'll say the first act is actually interesting. The beginning of the origin story, there were a couple of things in there that were cute, trying to explain the characters. It was okay. You really don't get much on Sue Storm or Johnny Storm, except that they're adopted. And I guess they were supposed to have some turmoil, maybe because Sue Storm was supposed to be the favorite. And maybe Johnny was always a failure, and that's why he was being rebellious and maybe had some resentment towards his sister. But that dynamic disappeared about an hour into the film, went nowhere. So yeah, I'm giving this movie a 4.5 out of 10. It was not good. Still better than the first ones, but that's not saying much. If you're gonna go see this movie, I hope you got tickets for free, or I hope someone's paying. I hope your girlfriend or your boyfriend is gonna buy tickets for you to save you the sadness of actually spending your money on this. Don't support this movie. Please don't. Force Fox to actually do something about this, because they're going to still keep the ball rolling and come out with a sequel. And I really don't want to see a sequel. I weep on the inside for Fantastic Four and for Fantastic Four fans everywhere that said this movie was going to be horrible. You were right. I usually have a wait and see policy. That didn't work this time around. So I'm willing to admit when fans are right everywhere, all over. You guys were right. This movie was horrible. I thought Fox did a courageous thing by changing the characters around. And Michael B. Jordan, you are going to be an amazing actor, but this ain't your franchise, buddy. Sorry. Anyway, if you like my review, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button below, share this with your friends. If you have a Facebook, you can follow my page, like my page, Nerdy Sense Productions. If you're on Twitter, follow me at NerdySense1. Like I said, I don't have an Instagram. Hit that full 360, come back here, subscribe, like my video, comment below, let me know what you thought about the movie. Let me know if you're going to see it or not. Guys, I am very sorry that this video was not more upbeat, more positive. I'm honestly trying, but this movie didn't give me much to smile about. So I promise you the next video will be a lot more upbeat. It's gonna have to be. I'm going to go to bed tonight with tears in my eyes. I weep for the future of Fantastic Four. Here's hoping that within a couple of months' time, Disney acquires the rights back, but that's probably not going to happen. For watching Nerdy Sense and NS Nation, stand up.